Night shoot. Yeah, I guess we're shooting at night. I guess I don't know. I'm not shooting at night, in case you're wondering, but apparently they are, and let's find out why they are here with the IMDb plot. A college documentary project goes awry when a group of film students stumble on a strange, wooded homeless community and slowly discover they're being watched. Okay. The homeless people are watching them, or they're watching the homeless people. I don't know. They're filming the homeless. Whatever. We'll figure it out here as we dive into this one. Um, but this is, as if you've been following along the reviews, again, my journey through Tubi trying to find movies. Good or bad, and I said that maybe I would try to do some. I tell you guys all the time I watch a ton, I turn on a ton and turn off a ton, but I would try to stick with a few more and maybe just try to give some more reviews of just other ones that I find and actually kind of sit through and just kind of give my thoughts regardless, good or bad. I really don't want to get on here and slam anything here, but I try to find positives in whatever I watch or whatever I at least bring you guys here. So unless it really deserves to take a beating, and The Stranger should check that review. But anyway, and the remake, that is, or any remake. I give it to any remakes, or most of them. Anyway, back to the point here. Night shoot. I kind of stumbled upon on Tubi. No other specific reason why. Just kind of flipping through the titles and just like, okay, let's flip this on and see what happens here, and kind of see what comes up here. And so I obviously made through, and here to talk about it. So it is a group of college students, as mentioned. You see, I believe it kind of starts off, you see some rangers that kind of in this park, whatever, someone dies, they're kind of doing an investigation, and then they kind of get taken as well, and you're kind of like, okay. And I would say that one of the reasons why I kind of stuck with it is kind of because of this opening scene. You see someone get killed, and you see two rangers get killed, and there's a little bit of mystery, and you're like, okay, well, maybe we're gonna see a whole bunch more killings. So we're off to a good start, at least. People are dying, we get to see a little bit of blood, but then we get kind of into to really what's happening here. We get to meet the college students, we get to see them in class, we get to see them be assigned this project, we get to see them kind of figure out what they want to do. You kind of get to see them, kind of their mix, the group here. There's a couple of women, a couple of guys here in this team, this filmmaking team that's going to go. One of the guys kind of leads the project. I guess you would call him the writer director, sort of. And everybody else, you have one that's kind of the actress, one that's kind of filming, and one that kind of does more of the technical, and then that kind of thing. So everybody kind of has their kind of role here as they go, and they kind of do stumble upon this, this homeless group here, who are, they're kind of out in the woods, but have made a home of it in this certain area here. And they go and they kind of interview one person, and then a couple of others, and kind of just filming around and seeing the lay of the land, meeting some of the homeless people, kind of getting their stories and so forth. And one of the things they're kind of introduced to in class is kind of this, they watch this guy who kind of commits suicide on a bridge, and they have this discussion about it, whatever, and just kind of the unexpected of that, and kind of the horror of that, and why that was either an important film or moment or whatever. And so even though they're kind of getting some interesting stuff, you get the kind of feeling, at least from the head here, the director, right, or whatever, he wants something a little bit more, and he's hoping to find something a little bit more within this group. And obviously, you as the audience know that there is something more there. You're going to be privileged to that. They aren't really. that kind of killing you saw at the beginning is going to be amongst this group, or close to this group of homeless people, and you're going to kind of get introduced to them a little bit, and kind of see their craziness. And that again is kind of what kind of kept me in this movie is kind of seeing them and that kind of craziness, and kind of wanting to know exactly what is going on with them. It is a father and his two kids, they're kind of older now. I wouldn't say they're kids, but a father and a son and a daughter, who are young but old enough to do bad things, I guess. And it was kind of my curiosity with them, and obviously them killing, that kind of stuck with it more than this group of film people that are doing their little project here. But again, they're gonna run into some characters. Some you may like, not whatever. Some are a little bit more interesting than others. And then they're gonna kind of film, keep filming until obviously they're going to somewhat kind of cross paths with this bad family. We'll just call it bad family. And I kind of keep it at that. I don't, it says 2024, so I guess this is new to Tubi, or a new release. So I should have said it at the beginning. I try to keep this kind of spoiler free, but that's kind of the basics of it. They're going to film there until basically they're unwelcomed by this family, and then things go bad. So that's kind of the basics of it. I would say, again, I was kind of wanting to know more about this family, this small family group, why they kind of became that way, why they're killing, and obviously I wanted to see them kill. So, as far as that, there is, like I said, there is some blood and guts. They are a little bit crazy. They, do have some crazy moments. So those are some of the good things for the film, and so forth. I would say I didn't really learn what I wanted to learn about them. You don't really learn a whole bunch about them other than they're kind of homeless and a little bit crazy. And obviously, they protect each other and whatever. But I was hoping to maybe know a little bit more about them, or maybe, something. But, I guess that was pretty much the basis of it. So I guess, that's the good and bad of them. And then as far as the film crew and whatever, even though, I was just kind of scrolling down to see, it says it's about an hour and 38 minutes, the film. It just seemed like maybe it was a little bit longer. I thought maybe they should have, kind of cut some of it out, kind of move faster. I like I said, they kind of go through filming several times. They film, they go back home, they film, they go back to school, and so forth. Kind of each time they're introducing, another character. Obviously, some characters play a little bit of a role later on, and some don't. So I thought kind of sitting through some of that and some of maybe the important stuff and whatever, I get it. You're trying to show them film and show them as a unit and kind of learn about them, whatever. But it really, didn't really make for an exciting watch. The acting is okay. It's not unwatchable. But it's not fabulous, so that doesn't help. So I wished, maybe they would have cut through some of that, stuff out, or moved through that a little bit quicker. Maybe they could have killed somebody else in between to kind of entertain at least me. Like I said, there are some deaths. We're going to get to see that and whatever, some good stuff. Definitely an interesting ending. But I don't know. Like I wish it would just move faster, and cut some of that. We have to film this and that and what out and so forth. So I guess at the end, something you can make it through. You can watch all this. Like I said, you kind of have to bear with it if you're just kind of in it. You want to see a couple of people get kind of killed and so forth. Whatever. I mean, that's the basics of it. I don't think the plot is overly, great or whatever. Obviously, I think, one of the things, besides the bad people in this, they're going to give you at least it's one of the signs where you have the good group of characters, but someone within that group that you're probably not going to root for either, and you're probably going to dislike them, and you want bad things to happen to them, and you're probably going to, if you do end up sitting through this, you're going to sit through this in hopes that that person also gets it. Interesting ending, a little bit funny how kind of things kind of played out, and how they kind of wrapped it up. But in a way, a little bit satisfying and a little bit, kind of weird and kind of interesting, how they decided to kind of wrap it all up. But yeah, if you it's the basis of it. If you just want to see, a few people get killed, there's nothing overly crazy about the plot here. They're filming and there's crazy people there and people dying. I mean, that's the basis of it. So this is okay. I give it 2 pools of blood out of 5. Like I said, it is one that I made through here on Tubi. So it does have a little bit good to it. So if you are sorting through Tubi, looking for something you're not really sure, this might be one you want to give at least a try to. But you may hate it, and certainly, not a super find here. But I thought it was at least watchable. So with that, 2 pools of blood out of 5. So horrorsgorereviews.blogspot.com is where you can find all of my reviews, written and video. Certainly, mostly video reviews of late. So definitely you can like and subscribe and do everything that everybody wants you to do here on YouTube. But if not, no worries. It is truly okay. You can just it is okay. Hopefully you can head over to the shorts and maybe check out some stuff there. Try to keep you guys entertained there as well. But Twitter, Facebook information down below as well. Follow there, maybe not. But we can talk horror if you are there. Anytime, anything you want to talk about, or you want me to review, please feel to reach out there or in the comment section. If you do happen to stumble upon this one, feel free to throw your opinion in there too. Did I waste your time or not with this one? I don't know. We'll see. But as we venture through some of these Tubi adventures here. So with that, I guess I'll catch you on the next review, horror fans.